Hey there, this is Troy Baker, and this is a piece of Schmidt.
I want to talk about Interstellar.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
I watched this 2 days ago. 3 days? 2 days ago. Blew my mind. It was, I had not done this in a movie for a long time, but I was like, my hands on my face, like, oh my god. It was so, like, I don't know what's going to happen. It was like the visuals were so good. The music.
You saw it on Blu-ray, right?
I watched it on my TV out here.
Yeah.
On Blu-ray with my headset on. Just like when they go to the wave world, and like the first tidal wave starts coming up, I'm just like, that looks so fucking crazy. It looks so crazy. But the thing that moved me most about that movie is that it made me feel so many different emotions, where most movies will only make me feel one, like happy or, like kind of sick because of the revenge, like in a Taken movie or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just pissed the whole time. Like I want to kill those people.
Guy.
Exactly. This one, like when he's hanging out with his kids, and when they track down that flyer, that like that little plane, like it's fun, and it's like he tells Murph why he names her like after Murphy's Law or whatever, and it's like that's so awesome and like heartfelt, and like it makes me feel happy and like a dad kind of. And then when she's pissed that he's leaving, and he's like driving away, and there's just that close up on his face, and he's kind of crying a little bit, like,
and it's counting down in the background.
It makes you like insanely sad, like it's crazy. And then like I just felt every single emotion, like happy, sad, mad, scared. Like it's just crazy. I'm really upset that you haven't seen it.
Great movie, Wes. If you like any Christopher Nolan anything, this is a great movie.
Yeah, there's no reason. It's 3 hours, but after like at 2 hours and 50 minutes, I was like, I'm really upset there's only 10 minutes left.
Yeah. And there's a surprise cameo in there that's awesome.
Definitely.
So Batman?
Yeah, that would be
Christian Bale comes out of
Or
nowhere.
Leonardo DiCaprio in Deception?
No.
We made a joke about that, like...
Did we?
Yeah, I remember when we first talked about it. We were like, it would have been great. Because I said how I didn't like the third act.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I said it would have been better if it was just like the ending of Inception. It was just all a dream. Leonardo DiCaprio's dream.
Yeah, that would be funny. So, the story is...
Earth is screwed, he's got to go try and find a new Earth. Going through a black hole, right?
So
Wormhole, sorry.
Yes.
Wormhole, and I know at one point, because I've seen this part, like in the trailer, okay, so Earth is screwed. Like, that's what it is.
It's like near future, like they have cars that like are cars, right? It doesn't seem...
But then they also have hyper-advanced spaceships. So yeah, Earth is screwed. McConaughey is, I guess, the only guy who can go into space with Anne Hathaway, because I know she's in it, right?
Yeah.
And they go try and find a planet that could sustain human life. And they go to one planet that every day on there is 7 years in...
Every hour.
Every hour
is 7 years on Earth. And so they stay there for like 3 hours, 21 years later.
Yeah, they come back to the ship and it's like 28 years. So his daughter, Murph, has a ghost in her room, right? And she's like scared.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is... So... She it all starts out with like a normal family, right? And they live on a farm or whatever.
Everything's dusty.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, what happened to this toy? And her older brother's like, oh, did your ghost break it again? And they're like, oh, ghosts aren't real. Grandpa says ghosts are real. Blah blah blah. So she has a ghost in her room that like knocks stuff over, and there's this dust storm, and so they're running back home, and they're like, did you guys close your windows? And Murph's like, no, I forgot to close mine. So they rush up there, and he closes the window, and like she has a lamp that fell off, and like the dust is like falling down and hitting the light, and it's like falling in these patterns, right?
Okay.
And so like they look at the ground, and like there's these lines of dust, right? So Murph has like this notebook, and she's like making lines, and she's trying to interpret it as Morse code. and they take this Morse code, and it turns out to be coordinates, and they go to these coordinates, and it's this gated area that is the last, like, scientists for NASA. And so then he meets Michael Caine, who is like this scientist who has this formula for how to save the world or whatever. And they're building a spaceship to go up, and like there was this last...
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember what the program was called, but...
The Lazarus missions?
There you
Yes.
go. So like a couple years, or like, I don't know, what was it, like 20 years earlier,
Yeah.
they had sent 4 people?
12. They sent 12 people into a wormhole that appeared in front of Saturn. And basically, once they go through the wormhole, they go to 12 different planets, and they send thumbs up or thumbs down signals to see if the planet's habitable. Mm-hmm. And then from
so they
those,
risk their lives to go.
Okay.
And then from those 12, they pick the 3 best ones, and then they go to those 3.
And then, so McConaughey used to be a
Pilot.
he used to be a pilot, but didn't he?
Yeah.
He went to space, though, didn't he?
No, because that was part of his character, because he didn't go into space. Like, he was close, but, like, something
That's
malfunctioned.
right. He was close to space. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like the pilot, and then what's her name? Anne Hathaway is
Co-pilot, scientist.
Michael Caine's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a black guy who's like a super smart physicist or whatever.
Yes. He's cool.
So he
I like
dies.
that character.
Very cool.
Yes,
Stereotypically, he dies.
He does end up dying.
Not first.
No, wait.
Bearded guy.
Bearded
Remember
guy?
bearded guy?
Clearly.
Yes, bearded guy. Yes.
Guy with the like.
Yes.
It was like a too big of a beard for how long his hair was.
I felt like he
felt
should
weird.
he should have shaved it, especially if he
It
was
should have
wearing
been
a
trimmed a
spacesuit.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, it's so good though. But yeah, so they find this little wormhole. But the cool thing about it is the black hole. So once they go through the wormhole, this new part of the universe that they've seen is all basically revolving around this insanely big black hole, which you've seen in like movies and stuff before, and like wormholes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But basically, they worked with one physicist. Nolan did while they wrote the script and did all the animation and stuff like that, and he was like, showed him all these pictures and videos from movies of like, see this wormhole and see this black hole and this one, like all that is so fucking wrong. It's stupid. And so they're like, because the whole idea was this physicist, and then Christopher Nolan's brother got with him like 10 years later because the movie never got made, and he was like, oh, I want to do this. This sounds really cool, and they started making a movie about the McConaughey story. But the idea from the physicist was to make a sci-fi movie that was based 100% on real science. So like everything looked and felt real and was all based on reality and what could actually happen. And then Christopher Nolan, he would like his brother would always call Chris like while he was working on Batman and stuff like that, and like, hey, what do you think about this? Should we do this? And like get his advice. And Christopher Nolan eventually was like, I want to work on this. I want to do this movie. And so he got to work on it with his brother. And then so yeah, the whole thing is the wormhole and the black hole and like the space travel and all that, like the time dilation and all that stuff. It's all like you can see it in the special features. There's like pages and pages of like mathematical formulas of how they had to create the CGI for the wormhole and stuff like that, and how the time dilation would work so they could write it in the script.
So it looks as real as we perceive it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, scientist's best guess. This is what it is.
Right. Now,
Nice.
when they go into the black hole, that's where Nolan comes in.
Well, of course.
'Cause we don't know.
We don't know what's going to be in there.
And that's the part that really got me like,
That's the part that makes you feel really weird.
Yeah.
It makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Really?
Because it's just like... It's just very odd. I don't know. It's hard to explain without you seeing
It's very Inception-esque, you know?
How would you describe it, though? It's basically like cloth and like 4 walls of cloth, but like on the other side are the books. So her...
It's really weird. You gotta watch it, Wes.
All right,
There's really no way.
I'll watch it at some point.
Just for that secret cameo that I talked about.
Yeah, the secret cameo.
So,
And the characters you'll love are the 2 robot companions that they have They're awesome.
Right, yeah, the robots.
Robots.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, there's robots.
And they're not like alien robots where it's like a person, and it's not like Terminator robots where they're like metal people.
Yes.
You know, it's like
Star Wars robots.
even more rudimentary.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So it's like I guess the only way I can think of it is like Tony Stark's little claw robot.
Even well,
A little bit more
advanced.
advanced than that, but not.
Same principle, kind
Yes.
of. Okay.
And
So
then they have AIs because each robot it has its own AI, and they're like one of them is very, you know, how would you describe
Funny.
it? Yeah.
One of them has a higher sense of humor. Like they all have like, so they're like, just like rectangles.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen pictures of these things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just like rectangles, right? And then, but like these two slits right here, like are their arms. So they walk like this, and then
They walk like you would have like a.
like remember when
like-
they first get to the NASA thing,
Yeah.
and the light shines on them, and then you hear like,
Yeah.
that's fucking terrifying. And then you realize that it's this little robot guy. But like they have like other little tiny arms too that will like come out and like they can pick people up and then like rotate their arms and like run while they're carrying people. Like they seem really basic, but they have all like these.
They're really advanced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's funny though.
And one of them is like this really like, you know, snarky, you know, kind of robot. And the other one's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a robot. Tarzan Case.
There's a third one though, isn't there?
Yeah, but we don't really see the third one.
Oh, 'cause he dies.
Yeah.
Kip.
Yeah.
Kip, yeah. Because he's what's his name? Robot.
With the secret cameo guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where you get into like spoilers and
Yeah.
Okay.
there's twists. I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. I fucking love that movie. It just makes me feel something, you know?
It makes you want to go into space. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh man, I should be an astronaut.
Yeah.
So they okay. I just like the fact that they did a more, I guess, real representation of what could be in space, unlike gravity.
Yeah. Like when they show the graphics of the wormhole and stuff like that. And then like when they actually so basically they have to like go around the orbit of Saturn, and that it just looks so cool.
Yes.
Like the first time you see it, it's just like Saturn, and then there's this really tiny black dot that's their ship, like going across it. It looks so cool.
So it's a visual movie for sure. Though.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, definitely. And the music.
Oh yeah.
The music, man. Oh, it's all done on this like I watched special features on it. It's all done in this old church in London that has this giant organ, and they had a choir come in to the church, and this guy played the organ that has like all these knobs on the side, and he like pulled things out, and then like he had all these wheels and pedals and stuff like that, and it's like the same 6 notes over and over again, but it like builds at the same time. It like changes and then goes back down and then builds up again. Alright, I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Watch it, Wes.
I
Very
will
good.
watch it. I will watch it.
Oh, so good.
Don't know when, but I will watch it.
What else is there to say about that movie?
Just a great movie.
Nolan.
Although if you watch it like in the afternoon, because if you watch it like at 10 o'clock at night, you're gonna
Get done at 1 in the morning and be like,
Yeah.
oh,
I started at midnight. At midnight.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. On a day that I worked.
Why?
Because I had to see it. On Tuesday. I bought it on Tuesday and I watched it Tuesday night. And I opened on Wednesday. And I was like, yes. But like, I was just like, my face, like on my hands on my face the whole time. Oh, and then the end.
Yes.
Old. I'm trying not to spoil
Yes.
anything, but oh man.
You gotta watch it,
It's
Wes.
so surreal.
That's all I want to.
It just makes it feel so real. Love it.
All right.
And then also Bloodborne's really hard. So what should we jam out about? Let's do a last topic of just jamming. I'm jamming. I honestly, when I first heard that movie, or heard that song, I thought he was saying that he was German.
Who? Wait, what?
What's his name?
I don't.
He's jamming?
Who's jamming?
Who jams?
Farmers?
Come on!
Oh God. Are we talking what?
Are we still talking Interstellar?
No,
No.
music now.
Music?
The weed spokesman. Come on.
Willie Nelson.
No.
Bob Marley?
Yes. I'm jamming.
I don't know enough Bob Marley,
Don't you
dude.
wanna jam with me too?
Is that Bob Marley?
Yes. Buffalo Soldier.
The weed spokesman.
I know that part.
Yeah, he's like the weed guy.
To be fair, he preached more about love and peace and harmony than
He's
weed.
more of a
also smoked a
reggae
shit ton of weed.
spokesperson.
Fair enough, but again, so does Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson and Tommy Chong.
Yeah, when you say weed spokesperson, I'm thinking.
Anyways,
Cheech and Chong.
When I was a kid, I thought I'm Jamin was
You're German.
German. And I was like, that doesn't make any
Jamaican
sense.
Rastafarian guy.
I'm jamming.
Yeah.
Say he's German.
I didn't know who he was. Because some guy at school, I was MSN messaging with him after school, and he was like, download this song by this guy named Bob Marley. And I was like, Bob Marley? That sounds like an old white guy. And so I downloaded that song. And I was like, why is he saying he's German? Anyways.
Get back to his German roots. Bob Marley driving a Volkswagen Beetle.
So weird.
Eating schnitzel.
With some Jägermeister. Alright, what else?
I was waiting for it to get super awkward. Anything you want to talk about?
I don't know, man. There's lots of stuff going on. I've been playing a lot of video games, you know, just watching.
Okay, so what video games are you playing?
I haven't been playing any.
Oh.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
I have been playing.
No,
Haven't.
I have, yeah. Yeah.
So what are you waiting for then?
Well, I'm still trying to build my PC. I ordered my processor and motherboard, so that's still, it's a step-by-step
Oh,
process.
so I forgot you're just a PC guy, pretty much.
Well, I have a Wii U.
Did
So-
you sell your PS4?
Yeah, I gave it to my friend. Or I sold it to my friend.
And you're playing Bloodborne.
Yeah. I am. And then I just got the Handsome Collection, so I'll be playing that. What are you playing?
Dragon Ball Xenoverse, The Wolf Among
How's
Us.
Last of Us?
Like I was talking to you about, I just finished the part with Bill. Got
Okay.
into the Hunter City. Haven't played much since then.
Mm.
So, gonna play some more probably this weekend. Get through the next couple parts. Wait for the emotional parts to kick in and have to put down the game for a while. Because it gets deep and heavy.
You still haven't got to the Mighty Thin Ice, have you?
No.
Damn it.
Is this The Last of Us or Wolf
Yeah.
Among Us? Oh, okay.
He hasn't played it before.
Because I didn't, again, never had a Sony system until fairly recently, so I was like,
Did you
oh,
play Infinite?
Yeah.
Bioshock?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because like I said before, Bioshock 1 was my favorite game of the last gen.
Mm.
As much as I love Skyrim and Fallout, it's Bioshock.
Did you play Bioshock?
Infinite? Yeah, I played all of them.
You played the first one too?
First one, 2, and Infinite.
I never played 2.
2 is really
So
great.
here's the thing. Yeah,
It gets a lot of crap, but it's still a really great game.
The biggest thing with the crap is the story is decent, not the best, not the worst. It's that, we talked about this last week, they tacked on that multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have to play it though.
But just the amount of time they took, the amount of data they took on the disc, the amount of time they put into that, they could have made the story so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
Levine wasn't part of it at all. They just kind of took his characters.
Of course. But one is a masterpiece.
Yes.
Yeah,
One
it's
is
crazy.
really good.
It's crazy how good that game is.
That was one of the games I beat like 2 or 3 times so I could get both both endings.
Okay, so what are the both endings? Because I think
So
I've got
it's-
the
so
same
it's-
ending every time I've
So it's, you get the free every little sister,
Yeah.
and then if you harvest one or more, you get the other ending. So did you get the one where you didn't kill any little sister? What ending did you get?
I saved them.
Spoilers.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Okay,
remember.
so if you
I
save
fought
them-
giant.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
oh, side note, that was actually a tacked on boss fight. They weren't actually going to have a final villain of that game.
They shouldn't have. It was not very good.
To be fair, like
He looked really weird.
he did, but that's why that fight was fairly easy. Anyhow, the ending, if you save them all, is like you free all the little sisters, you go back to the surface, they all go to college, and then they all come back to you when you're in the hospital on your deathbed.
Oh,
And they put your hands.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you kill more than think if you harvest one or more.
No, it's 2 or more.
2 or
'Cause
more.
You can harvest one and still get the good ending, but if you harvest more than one.
So
You get the bad ending.
and the bad ending is you take splicers up to steal nuclear subs, and the little sisters like you rule like Rapture with an iron fist. You become the new Fontaine.
There's a good ending and a bad ending.
And actually, there's a little bit of a worse ending if you harvest every little sister.
Really?
It's the same ending as the bad one, except Tannenbaum, who's talking, is just much angrier at you.
I think I remember I saw that.
That's the one I got. Because I've done one where I did the extreme, where I didn't save.
You harvested every single little sister?
Yeah. I harvested them, and then I also did one run where I didn't touch any of them.
Okay. Because they're, see, me and my buddy had a argument about this. He thought it was better from a strategy point of the game to harvest them all because you got more Atom.
Mm-hmm.
But it was better not to because you got free crap from them. And when you're playing it on the hardest difficulty, you need that free stuff.
Yeah. They drop off little gifts.
Yeah, it's like every 5 little sisters you choose not to harvest, they're like, oh, we're going to give you a gift. Oh, free money, free health, free everything. It's like,
and also Adam as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sometimes a tonic.
It's so much better not to harvest them.
Yeah.
And it's a game you can shoot bees out of your hand at people.
That was weird.
That's always a weird thing in those Bioshock games where there's a cool plasma like the fire, the electroshock, but then there's always a weird one where you're shooting animals out of your hand.
Birds.
Hey,
Murder crows.
Yeah.
Murder Crow is awesome.
Yeah. My favorite was Bucking Bronco.
The Charge?
Which one made him float?
Oh yeah, you're right, Bucking Bronco.
Bucking Bronco.
Because then you Bucking Bronco and there's
Exactly. There's a trophy for that.
Yep.
You get them up there and then you
I
chuck them.
still love using electricity in the water.
Yeah.
Like the first one they teach you in Bioshock, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, you can use traps in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I just straight up fireball, fire grenade. Just do that.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
I never used the traps or the telekinesis, unless I had to.
Yeah, traps I can never get lucky with a trap. I feel like I wasted
Mhm.
And then
A
you're like,
plasma
no,
shot.
Eve is good, I need Eve.
I always was too nervous to try traps because
Yeah.
I'd be running away and then I'd run in a stupid area.
Yeah.
But-
I'm like, God damn it.
But honestly, before playing Last of Us, that was one of the last games that made me feel tense. Whenever you're like, okay, it's a quiet area. I need to go heal up and spend some money, and all of a sudden the controller starts vibrating because a big dad's walking up. It's like, fuck, because you have to kill him because you want that little sister.
Yeah.
Killing a big daddy with a wrench though is an achievement. I think.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Well, not a real achievement. I did it because I had 2
I
shots.
think it is a trophy
Oh.
though. But you don't have to. The thing is it's a weird worded one because you don't have to do all the damage with
Basically
the wrench. You
final
just
hit
have
with
to
it.
kill it.
Well, when you only have 2 pistol shots and 1 thing of plasmids, guess what you get to kill this fucker with?
Yeah. Your dick.
But the second one, if you haven't played, have you played 2?
No. Well, I put it in, but it was so similar to 1.
Okay, so here's the big difference.
Yeah.
You're essentially you're a big daddy.
Yeah, and you get the drill, and you.
The drill is amazing. Just you run out of fuel too fast.
It was just more Rapture, and I was like, I already.
It explains more of the
explored it a little
backstory.
bit,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Infinite was so great.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the fact that opens the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of okay, we're going out. Nope.
Yep, you go up, and then you go back to Rapture at the end. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Well,
Major spoilers. That was the last
Yeah.
time before Interstellar that I was like,
It's like
Like-
wait, what?
Yeah.
Why am I time traveling?
Yeah.
Dude, I remember that ending of, after I beat that game, and I think I beat that game in a couple days. The internet was just blew up with theories on that ending.
Yeah.
And I think that game got some of the most people talking for a while,
Yeah.
gaming wise.
I went straight to YouTube and I was like, explain the ending to me.
Yeah, because okay, so there's a bunch of Elizabeths, and then
And then you were
I'm Comstock apparently.
Yeah.
my favorite. I think my favorite theory though is
The
the
pinky?
The pinky
Yes.
is that's how she has the ability to do it because her pinky lives in 2 timelines.
Yep.
When you see them fighting over the baby and you're like,
Yeah.
what are they doing? And then it does that slow mo ooh, and you're like, that's Elizabeth.
And I like
That's
how
my daughter.
I like how
Yeah.
your hand movement changes too when you get stabbed. It's
Yeah.
because I got stabbed.
Yeah. I got stabbed too. I watched Toby Games play that on YouTube. He's annoying. I don't like that guy. You know who he is?
I don't-
He's
I
some
don't know.
YouTube guy.
like PewDiePie or
Yeah.
okay.
But not as popular.
Why do you watch
I
it?
thought it was funny. I thought he was funny for a little bit. He's an acquired taste.
Who?
Toby
Oh,
Turner.
Turner.
You know Toby Turner?
Is that Tobuscus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I know of him.
I know him.
Tobus. Yeah,
Yeah.
So Tobuscus has Toby Games, where
Okay.
he plays video games.
I watched a decent amount of PewDiePie when he did his amnesia stuff because his amnesia stuff was funny.
Mm.
when Amnesia was the big thing online.
Can't stand that guy.
Yeah, I just watched Achievement Hunter. That's it.
Rage Quit.
Yeah.
Rage Quit's good.
The best Rage Quit though is Guap.
I like the.
He did Guap live. RTXs.
It's like,
Yeah. Ooh, the Laser Team trailer? Yes, no?
Yes.
still haven't seen it.
So funny!
You showed me like I still need to go look this up. I need to remember to go look that up.
I'll look it up right now.
No, we're done.
Alright, we'll watch it afterwards.
I think
it's so
looks
funny.
great.
There's one part where, like, at the very end of the trailer where Gavin gets the thing and it's
Yes.
like, you can see... What is it? Like, you can see...
He can see through clothes and, like...
Yeah.
It's like kind of like a pseudo X-ray vision.
Everybody's naked or whatever, and they're like, and he's like, "Oh my god, turn it off!" And then Gus comes up to him and he's like, "Let me look at that thing," and like puts his helmet in his crotch, and he's like, "I wish I was dead." Those guys are so funny.
Yes.
When I first heard that they were making a movie, I was like, "Cool," and then they're like, "It's called Laser Team." I was like, "What the fuck? That sounds so stupid." Now I get it, and it's funny.
Yeah, it's got a real... what's that Ben Stiller movie with the alien?
Oh.
Yeah.
And
No, Watch.
The Watch.
The Watch.
I think it's just called The Watch.
The Watch.
With him and Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
And Jonah Hill.
Yes, it's got that kind of a feel to it.
Yeah.
Looks
Absolutely.
really great.
They like a UFO crashes.
I'll watch the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, no, it crashes in like the 70s though, right? Because Gavin has like a mullet at the beginning.
I don't
really
I
get
don't
the
know.
timeline of it, but it's really funny.
It seems like it would take place present day because there's a lot of stuff that's
Yeah.
present day, like cell phones. I don't think they had that in the 70s.
It's got a guy. Did you ever watch that show called Blue Mountain State?
Yes, it's got
It's got that guy.
Chad Castle or Thad Castle.
Did you watch
whatever
that?
his name.
Thad.
Thad.
I caught like 1 or 2 episodes whenever I would catch it on, and then
It's on Netflix for a bit. Is this on?
I think it might still be on Netflix.
That show's funny.
I think it is because I think it keeps popping up in like because you liked this show.
It got canceled though, right?
Probably. It was on it was on Spike Network? Yeah.
It's so weird because that movie, that show was really funny.
Well, from a lot of people, like when they started their 3rd season, it got to crap.
Interesting.
I mean, how long can they stay in college? I mean,
Yeah.
4 to 10 years.
Van Wilder. They could just go Van Wilder.
Great movie. By the way.
Rise of Taj.
Man,
Never saw it.
it wasn't bad, but it's Van Wilder without Van Wilder.
It's got Taj.
And then Taj is
Cal Penn.
Yeah,
Kumar.
Kumar.
from Harold and Kumar.
What is that, like 4 U's and 2 O's?
No, it's only...
I love it, dude. Just cross the street, man. Just cross the street. No, I'm just gonna wait. And then he puts his... That movie's so good. I never saw the second one, though. Guantanamo Bay?
A lot of people actually liked it better than the first one.
Oh my god, Rob Corddry in in Guantanamo Bay. So great.
I like Rob in Hot Tub Time Machine. That movie's fantastic. Hated that movie when I first saw it, and then I watched it again for some reason. And maybe I was drunk the second time I watched it, and it was so good. Just died.
It's a funny movie, man. Oh man, you gotta watch the Guantanamo Bay one.
Okay.
He's really great.
There's a Christmas one too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
The Christmas one's good too. It is.
What's Guantanamo Bay? Don't they try to follow that girl to Amsterdam or something?
Yeah, so they're following a girl to Amsterdam, and then stuff happens on the airplane, and so they get branded as terrorists.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. That's so
And yeah,
funny.
Rob Corddry is Department of Homeland Security or
Yeah.
something.
Because they
And
escape and they escape.
hyper racist. Like he truly believes every stereotype is true.
Hyper racist. That's funny.
And when he meets Neil Patrick Harris, he's like, "Oh man, I love you, Starship Troopers." It's so great.
Is that another great film?
Yeah. I remember I wasn't allowed to watch it when it first came out because there was nudity in it.
Dude, I saw it.
Starship. I had to like try to see it though. It wasn't like I could just rent it or whatever. Like
I remember I had to convince my dad because I didn't know it was rated R. When it came out, and then we went to Blockbuster to rent it, I had to convince my dad. No, it's just a sci-fi movie. It's just a sci-fi movie. I didn't know there was any nudity in it until that shower scene.
Yes. That was always the golden ticket when you were a kid. Is like, which one of these has boobs in it?
And then when you got a little older, the ratings people made it easier by posting why it's rated R.
Exactly. remember I made one of my neighbors cry because I wanted to rent Rush Hour, and he didn't. And I like forced him to rent Rush Hour, and he cried.
Why did he? Oh, did he cry watching the movie or because?
No,
you rented
because
it?
like I was like, no, we're getting Rush Hour, and he was like staying over at my house and like. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't let him be the guest and pick the movie he wanted.
I was like, nope, we're getting this Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker movie.
Oh man, that's a good movie.
I'm sorry, you brought up Jackie Chan. If you can find this movie, watch it. It's called City Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
It's so stupid but so great.
City Hunter.
Does
Yes.
it have Jackie Chan in it?
It's a Jackie Chan film. Yes.
Is it like early Jackie Chan? Or
Earlier, yes.
Early like Drunken Master early.
After Drunken Master.
Okay.
It's based off of manga, and the whole story is about this cop who has to save this girl and then stop people. But it's just everything is so absurd. At like one point, he's fighting off one of the main henchmen in an arcade, and so they start transforming into Street Fighter characters.
What?
Oh, the most terrifying part is he wins after dressing up as Chun-Li. And
That sounds cool.
What's this called?
City Hunter.
City Hunter?
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
I gotta find that.
I'd watch that.
And if you haven't seen it, Drunken Master.
I've seen Drunken Master. I'm a big kung fu man. I love
yeah.
kung fu movies.
So, has there been any more recent modern ones you've been into? Like On Bak or...
Ip Man.
Well, yeah,
Man.
I watched. I think I like Ip Man better than Ong Bak, but I watched all of those ones. Isn't there a collection?
There's 3 On Baks, 2 Protectors, all with Tony Jaa.
Yeah.
And then... Ip Man 3 is getting sued.
Yes.
Is it really?
Because they're wanting to use a CG Bruce Lee in it, and the Bruce Lee estate or foundation or company or whatever is suing them because like no, can't use
Well,
it.
they let Bruce Lee be in the UFC game.
That made them money. EA versus
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Greedy bitches. I saw Mac from Sunny in Philadelphia in Lost.
Really?
He was in Lost. It was awesome.
Is he on the island or just like in the flashbacks?
No, he's on the island.
Really?
What?
He's part of the Dharma. Or no, he's part of... did you watch Lost?
I know. I haven't watched Lost, but I know like everything about it. Like
To be fair,
the Dharma
you
Initiative and all that.
spent like an hour explaining Lost to me. So I told him I never had an interest to really watch it. And that kind of offended him a little bit. So it's like, nope, I get to learn everything about Lost in an hour.
Yeah. I do that.
I know how there's there's not flash forwards or like alternate timelines.
Yeah, it's like
It's
that take
amazing.
place at the
Alternate
same, yeah.
The
timelines
first 2
and-
seasons, they go through 48 episodes, 48 45-minute episodes of flashbacks. So they coat you with this is how the show is, right? Season 3 finale starts out with Jack has a big beard. And you're like, when the fuck did Jack have a beard? And it goes through this whole story and you're like, what the fuck is happening, right? And then at the very end, he goes, we have to go back, Kate! We have to go back! And you're like, they got off the island! Flash forward! What? Blows my mind. It's amazing.
See?
It gets me
him
so
started.
excited. It gets me so excited. I love that show.
It started out so simple as like a plane crash on.
I know,
island.
and
Yeah,
it's-
plane crashes
and
on
then
an
it
island
goes
and some
into this
people
crazy-
somehow lived on that plane crash island with no injuries.
It's actually relevant in the news now.
Oh man.
What?
Are you bringing up the German plane that hit the mountain?
No. One of the
Oh, okay.
We both at the same time, like, you're talking about all the planes crashing, we're talking about planes crash.
No. One of the writers from Lost
Okay.
posted. What are these? I want to hear about this though. What
Well,
are
you
these
say-
things
You heard about the Malaysian flight, like,
that like went missing?
yeah.
But then they found it, right?
No,
No,
they still haven't
they're
found
still
it.
looking for that
Now,
one.
recently, there was the German plane that crashed into the Himalayas, I believe.
I think it might have been just in.
No, it was a mountain. It was in a mountain
It
range.
crashed into a mountain, basically.
But they found out it was because the co-pilot went crazy and put the plane into the ground.
yeah,
Scary.
the pilot went out to go to the bathroom or something like
And
that.
locked the door, yeah.
Co-pilot locked the door, couldn't get back in. Then the
Oh,
co-pilot
my
just
word.
went. That. Boom.
That's insane. How do they know that?
Black box.
Black box.
Is that video or audio?
Audio.
Okay. Interesting.
Pretty messed up.
Anyways.
So let's not talk about horrible,
Yes.
depressing stuff.
Yeah, jeez.
Sorry to bring you down, people.
The the biggest thing about Lost and the trepidation that people have is that they made it up as they went along. And it got so much crazier and more amped up every season that it was like... people dropped off because they're like, this is too crazy. Like, what the fuck are you
I do
doing?
remember there was a mass hatred of like the last season or last like 10 episodes or something. Like pretty much every fan of the like most or like 80% of the fan base just got like super pissed at it.
It's 50-50.
And
it's definitely not 80-20.
And then
it's 50-50.
There's even people who say, like, I've read this and like, if you're gonna watch Lost, watch like the first 3 seasons. Don't subject yourself to the rest.
Oh my god, that's where it gets good. That's the stupidest thing you could ever fucking say. The
If I'm
second
3 seasons into something, I'm gonna power through it and finish it.
and honestly, that's where Lost gets to be Lost. Okay, so let me finish my story.
Oh god,
Before
no.
I go into Lost. I just wanted to finish my story that I got.
Okay.
I don't have to go into a Lost tangent. But the one of the writers put on his blog like a extremely long essay about the creation, like the genesis of Lost, how the first couple seasons worked, how it was working with the showrunners and JJ and all that stuff, and he like took pictures of the notes that they made on the first day of like production and all that stuff, and just to kind of say we didn't know everything as we were, from the start, but a lot of like most of the stuff they knew as from the very beginning. We didn't make it up as we went along, and it was really cool. It was really fun to read that kind of stuff and find out that like how much stuff they had in their back pockets from like JJ's thoughts, when he got the outline for the show and whatnot. And it was a really, if you're into Lost, it's really good.
So they had it all planned out. They didn't
Most
make it
of
up
it.
as they go.
Yeah, most of it.
Okay.
Like the fact that there was a Dharma initiative. Like from before they even wrote the first episode, they were like, they're gonna crash on an island. They're gonna find a hatch. And before it was called the Dharma Initiative, they called it the Medusa Foundation, and then they changed, which is like this corporation that has 12 hatches, 12 places on the island. They studied the island. The island would be a vessel to keep good and evil separate, right? Which is like the huge point of the show is black and white, good and evil. They knew that before they even wrote the first script. So yeah, it's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now my tangent on Lot. No, just kidding. Did you ever watch Fringe?
Fringe, no.
Like what's your favorite TV show? Like a serial drama.
A drama.
Breaking Bad, Lost, Game of Thrones.
Probably Supernatural.
Really?
Yeah, I really
That
like
seems so
Supernatural.
cheesy to me. I've never seen
It's
it.
super cheesy, but I
But
love
it's
it.
brilliant.
Yes.
Like, there's a mass love for Supernatural. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it myself. Honestly, one of my favorites is still Firefly.
Yeah.
I know it's only 14 episodes in a movie, but...
You know who's in Lost?
Oh.
Who do you think?
Fillion?
Oh yeah.
Really?
What? Where the hell does Fillion show up?
In a flashback, so Kate is on the run because she murdered her stepdad, and she has this fake name Megan, and she decides like she's finally gonna go clean or whatever, and she meets Nathan Fillion and they fall in love and he's a cop, and then so they almost get married.
Have you finally watched all 3 Hobbits?
No, not a one. I have the collection though.
Because
Steelbook.
it didn't dawn on me, and
Is Fillion in it?
no, Kate's in it.
Oh,
yeah,
I know,
she's the elf.
Yeah, that didn't dawn on me until like partway through the 3rd film. It's like, why did I know her?
Yeah, she's one of the only ones that was slightly successful. I mean, I would call that a pretty big success to be in a Jackson movie, but
Because
Jackson
Lost, right?
didn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made a movie with the Medea. Who's Medea?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler
He
Perry.
did a Tyler Perry movie.
Wasn't he World War Z too?
Was he? I don't know. Maybe.
I think he was the pilot.
Maybe.
Hurley
He did a show right after, which I loved.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the writers on Lost did it, and then he went over there, and it was called Alcatraz.
Yep.
They did one season. The season finale was really good, and it got canceled. I really liked that show.
I guess one of my longer See, a lot of the longer shows I like are going to be sci-fi stuff.
Mm.
Like Eureka, Doctor Who, Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine.
Not Voyager? No?
To be fair, I was actually one of the only people who actually liked Voyager for
Okay,
a while.
I like Voyager too. I liked it a lot.
But I can see why a lot of people hated Voyager.
Yeah, when I talk about with Star Trek, I say I like Voyager, everyone's like, I hate you.
To be fair,
like
I actually
Voyager.
appreciate
It's the worst thing
like,
ever.
for me, it's Enterprise. I actually don't like Enterprise as much as Voyager.
Enterprise is pretty cool.
How long are each of these shows?
So let's see.
Voyager went on for a while.
Next Gen went 7 seasons.
That's just too much, because I haven't seen any of them.
Deep Space Nine went 4 or 5 seasons. Voyager.
How long
Voyager
is the
the one.
first one?
First season?
No.
Oh,
the
3
first
seasons.
3 seasons.
Yeah.
3 seasons.
Then bald guy comes in.
7 seasons and 4 movies.
Right. So they're the movies. Well, no, they did one movie.
They did,
The original.
Generations.
Yeah.
Well, so the original series had
The Star Trek the movie was
Star
On the
Trek 1
original,
through Star Trek
yeah.
1 through 6 was the original.
okay.
Star Trek 7 was the original and Next Generation,
Okay.
and then the next 3 were that, and then they did, now the Abrams ones are going back to the original cast.
So Wrath of Khan, that's
That is number 2. Wrath of Khan,
I thought that was 3.
no. 3 is Search for Spock,
Oh right.
Yeah.
which is pretty much, that entire movie is essentially how they ended Into the Darkness.
Mm. Interesting. Fascinating stuff. Anything else?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about TV shows.
Yeah.
What's so...
Oh,
you're-
serial drama, Dexter.
Okay, yeah, I didn't
Dexter.
like that one, but
I love Dexter.
yeah. I tried it. A couple seasons. 2 seasons?
It gets pretty
you can
weird.
get to if you get through season 4, I would say call it good after season 4. But season 4 is amazing.
Is that the Trinity Killer?
John Lithgow, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good...
Isn't Lithgow the grandpa in Interstellar?
Yes, it is.
Is that your cameo?
No, that's not the
Okay.
cameo.
Oh god, no.
No, you know the
Cameo,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like,
You'll know the cameo when you see the cameo.
Speaking of Lithgow, Third Rock from the Sun is now on Netflix. I recommend watching it.
already
Yeah.
watching it. I'm already like 4th season.
Because what's funny is that's his personality in that show is essentially how he kind of is in real life. He is just that,
He's goofy.
He's
So
not-
good though. I really like him.
and that's essentially that and Angels in the Outfield was how Joseph Gordon-Levitt got his start.
JP.
Weird how we had to talk about Angels twice.
Yep.
It all comes back around.
Yeah. I tried to do that with Germany because we started talking about the German outfit and then John.
German
I
outfit?
don't think the German outfit was on camera.
I'm sorry. Inside joke.
It's a
So yeah,
joke.
so for the audience, we had a really crazy conversation about a German outfit.
A crazy
Yeah.
conversation.
It lasted
So we
all
can't-
about 10 seconds. Alright.
You guys don't want to talk about anything else?
I don't know what's there to talk about. Lots of stuff. We went over April Fools,
Yeah.
Nintendo
Nintendo.
stuff.
Everything not Nintendo.
I know what you guys are playing now. You're not playing anything.
I'm not playing anything.
What
I'm
are you
playing.
excited to play?
I really don't know. I'm kind of like.
Was
Witcher?
it you talking to me about Pillars of Eternia?
No, that was probably Mike.
No, it was Jason.
What is that?
New computer RPG by the guys who made Baldur's Gate.
Mm. Oh, Axiom Verge. I was on PS4 now. I don't know if you guys heard of this.
I played the demo at work.
Fucking great.
Kind of an old school
Fantastic.
Metroidvania style game.
Fantastic game. Alright, well I guess that's going to wrap up episode 7.
Is it 7? That
I
many?
think it's episode 7. Yeah. Well, how'd you guys like it?
I liked it a lot. It was very fun, very entertaining. My first appearance here.
Yeah.
At the, what's the name of this podcast again?
Oh, thanks. It's a piece of Schmidt.
Yes.
Which is what you are.
No, it's clearly what you are, sir.
Adios.
Laters.